Everybody, it's Kathy Boyle. I'm president of Chapin Hill Advisors. Today we're interviewing another member of our Circle of Influence. Our Circle of Influence has been designed to give you a bevy of experts in a variety of fields and services so that you can find the right expert when you need them. Making a mistake with an expert is very expensive in terms of time and money. Let's get it right from the get-go. Today we're interviewing Lou Biscotti, who is a CPA specializing in food and beverage. So Lou, let's talk a little bit about how you got started in food and beverage and why it makes sense for you.
Well, the first thing is I changed my name in order to get into the business. No, just joking. But very early in my career, when I was 30 years old, I started my own firm. And I had a handful of clients in the food and beverage industry. What I found very interesting about the industry was that it's recession-proof. Everyone needs to eat and drink. And it's something that had a lot of complexity to it in terms of the channels, the products, the nuances, the innovations, and the disruption that's going on in the industry today. So I started to work with food and beverage companies. I reached out and started to research who the players were. I started to meet a lot of people. And early on, I started an event to get CEOs and C-level people from food and beverage companies together to network, to talk to emerging companies, because we have an emerging company component. Emerging companies show their products and get to know people in the industry, as well as bankers and investment bankers. And I also started to reach out to the speakers who are prominent speakers in their industry to talk about best practices and teach people about what's the best things to do.
I love it. So I've been to one of your food and beverage events, and they're great. I love them, and I love food. So I'm a foodie, and I like wine as well, so that works. But let's talk about these events. You joined Marcum in March of 2018, and you're rolling out more events. What do the events look like? Where are they, and how many more will there be?
So when I joined Marcum, I had already run 3 events annually in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. In Marcum, we're running 10 events annually in each of the geographic areas we service throughout the United States. And the event attracts close to 200 food and beverage executives each year, where we can talk to them, get to know them a lot better, talk about the innovation and trends that exist in the industry.
That's great. So let's talk about, when I think food and beverage, a lot of times I think other people make this mistake. We think restaurants, but it's much more than that. So talk about what food and beverage look like to you.
So when we talk about the food and beverage industry, we talk about farm to fork. So that would be aquaculture and agriculture, to manufacturers and processors, to distributors, to retailers, who are many and multiple at this point in time, and then finally eating and drinking facilities. So we service all of those subsectors and have clients in all of those subsectors. We have about 300 food and beverage clients nationally, and we enjoy each of the subsectors.
That's great. And then you have a very large team underneath you, and let's talk about Marcum's capabilities overall.
So Marcum is a national company. We have offices throughout the United States, 2,500 personnel, 250 partners. We're number 15 overall, and we have a very interesting public and private practice. So we handle public companies as well as private companies, which is pretty unique for a firm our size. We haven't lost the ability to deal with middle market companies yet. We can be sophisticated all the way up to the most exclusive public companies as well.
That's great. And one of the things I love about what you do is that you're a connector. So you're always willing to help somebody, which I find unusual, especially in your industry. So talk a bit about connecting.
So early on, I found that people needed different resources. We have our own technology company, so we can help companies actually connect all of their accounting systems and their information systems, their point of sale systems. We have our own search firm, so we can help them to place people. We have a wealth management component. And then, of course, we have our general accounting firm. But in terms of, connecting people, I find that people need different resources. They'll need a co-packer, or they'll need a strategic planning company, or they'll need a succession planner. And all of these different resources are available through our company and through the connections that I've built over many years that I've been in practice.
Love it. So how would we find you? If I wanted to see whether or not Marcum was a fit for me, how would I contact you?
Well, it's pretty simple. You can reach me on my cell phone, which is 516-817-3204. That's the quickest way. I always have my cell phone with me. If you listen to my message, I say I'm available 24/7, 365. You can also reach me on our website, which is www.marcumllp.com. We have a food and beverage section on the website to be able to see exactly what events are coming up. There's some articles that I've published in Forbes as well, and there's a whole host of information. I'm located both in Manhattan and in Melville, Long Island, and I travel to our other offices throughout the United States.
That's great. We are delighted to have you in our circle of influence.
Thank you.